Now I would like to introduce and welcome our panelists for the day. So right in the middle, we have Mr. Subramaniam, popularly known as Subbu. He has over 22 years of experience in the investment management and financial services industry, and he joined Quantum Advisors Private Limited in 1996. He has covered global sectors for 4 years. Since June 2000, Subbu has managed India dedicated portfolios for India-based clients, and since 2005, he has been managing India dedicated portfolios for international clients. Subbu is presently the MD and CIO of Quantum Advisors. He is a director on its 100% subsidiary Quantum Asset Management Company Private Limited. He is also a director on Quantum Information Services, which also runs very popular investment portals like Equity Master and personalfn.com. Subramaniam is also a CFA charter holder and a qualified company secretary. He also holds a bachelor degrees in commerce and law. So I will warmly welcome Mr. Subbu. Beside Mr. Subbu, we have Mr. Namit Arora, who is a director of Standard Chartered Private Equity, SCPE, Principal Investments Group of Standard Chartered Bank, and has over 18 years of experience in the industry. Mr. Arora is focused on private equity, growth capital, and private instruments in public equities (PIPE) investments since 2000, and previously focused on public markets and investment research and advisory, corporate advisory, and institutional equities businesses during 95 to 99. Mr. Arora has taken keen interest in engaging closely with entrepreneurs and companies across sectors to support their growth plans and strategic initiatives. He is a director on the board of Craftsman Automation as a nominee of SCPE, and also manages several other investments on behalf of SCPE, including Ocean Sparkle, Karaikal Port, Privy Organics, etc. He is a director and vice president at IAIP, the India Society of CFA Institute, USA. He is a BTech from IIT and MBA from one of the IIMs. Obviously, I would not like to name. And a CFA charter holder as well. Please welcome Mr. Namit. On the extreme of other side, we have Mr. Chetan Shah, again a charter holder, and has 9 years of experience in the portfolio management function, and is currently a senior portfolio manager with Religare Investco AMC. Prior to his portfolio management functions, he has worked in institutional equity research roles for 5 years. Half of it as head of research and other half as senior equity analyst, tracking technology sector, and another 5 years as an analyst in retail brokerage and business publications. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Now with that, now I would like to call upon our sponsor as well as our host for the day, Bloomberg, and represented by Mr. Joel. Thank you so much, Kishore. I think now it's time to start, so I'll request the team to be presenting first to remain in the room, and the rest to please wait in your waiting hall.
We can start. Sorry?
We need to switch.
No, actually we need to switch during the presentation. So.
Yes.
Good morning, distinguished judges. We are Team Giannina Brashi. My team members are Harshit Maheshwari, Vinay Tripathi, Shobhit Tiwari, Neeraj Sawant, and I, Vibhav Parthasarathy. We are here to present on DB Corp Limited, the perfect news story. Let us begin with the market profile. DB Corp was listed on the BSE and the NSE on the 6th of January 2010. It has a market cap of INR 46.18 billion. The dividend payout is at a whopping 46.2% and an ROCE of 26.3%, among the highest among its peers. We have a current market price of INR 251 as on 20th October, and we estimate a target price of 286 INR, and hence we initiate a buy rating on DBCL. DBCL is the largest print media group in the country. It spans across states and languages. It prides itself on its readership base that is at a whopping 19.8 million. Some of the key factors that contribute to the buy rating include election in key markets. The upcoming state and national elections is widely expected to contribute to ad revenues. A strong operational performance backed by strong operating margins and asset turnover is led to an ROCE of 26.2%. Its continued focus on Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities where the GDP growth rate is higher than the national average augurs well for DBCL. Its cover prices is among the lowest among its peers, and hence there is plenty of headroom for price improvement. It has successfully launched newer editions in emerging markets, and this holds DBCL in good stead in the future. Vinay will continue.
If you talk about the operating and financial performance of the company, the advertising revenue, which contributes more than 75% in the total revenue, is the major driver of the growth. In the last 5 years, company has registered a growth of more than 13% CAGR in total revenues and advertising revenue. When you talk about the print media segment of the company, in the current financial year, that is FY13, the company has registered a growth of 7% and 16% in advertising revenue and circulation revenue respectively. While in the other segment, radio segment, they have a brand MyFM which is present in 7 states and 17 cities. The radio segment is growing at the astonishingly high growth rate, 36% in last 5 years. Now the company has been continuously sustaining EBITDA margin of more than 25% and PAT margin of more than 13% in last 4 years. When we talk about the industry, based on the FICCI KPMG report, the print industry size is expected to grow to 340 billion Indian rupees by 2017. And the media ad spend, which is currently at 0.33% of GDP for India, is significantly lower than the world average of 0.76%. When you talk about print media market, the language mix is expected to change in the favor of Hindi and vernacular language by 2017. Both these languages are expected to grow at more than 10%. All these factors are in favor of DB Corp. When we also performed the Porter's 5 Forces model on the industry, and we found out that industry is highly competitive intense and the customer bargaining power is very high, but the threat of new entrant and substitutes is relatively lower. Now Harshit will do.
Now we look upon the competitive performance of DBCL. Basically the print media industry has been structured in a way that it has been influenced by the regional dominance. So DBCL gives a perfect mix of regional dominance as well as great geographical expansion. If you look at the peers, we have taken HT Media and Jagran as the near peers, whereas Sun TV and Zee have been taken as distant peers. If you look at the operating profit margins and ROCE, they have been quite high as compared to the competitors HT Media and Jagran, whereas net profit margins and ROCE have been a little lower side as compared to Jagran. Now why we actually give a buy rating to this stock? So the major factors, first of all, the growth strategy. Company has strategically maintained its focus on Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities of states that have been growing faster than that of national GDP. These cities have actually been witnessing higher purchasing power increase and higher increase in literacy rates as compared to their metro counterparts. If you look at the market leadership, DBCL has consolidated itself into top leadership positions in most of the markets that it's present. In Maharashtra and Jharkhand also it's increasing its presence. If you look at the consolidated leadership of DB Group, it is among the top as compared to Jagran or other HT Media Group. Even the cover prices of DB Corp is significantly less as compared to the competitors, which give it a significant headroom for price improvement and hence increase in circulation revenue. Pricing power can also be assessed by the fact that even after a steep hike of 5%, in Madhya Pradesh, it witnessed an increase of 51,000 copies. State elections and upcoming general elections can actually go in favor of DBCL given its wide access to the population. Increased advertisement revenues are expected from government as well as due to increased consumption growth due to government spending. Neeraj will take over the validatory valuation.
Thank you, Harshit. Coming on to valuation, we've taken 4 techniques into play, that is DCF, residual income and trading multiples, that's PE multiple and the EV/EBITDA multiple.